So recently I watched some educational video about ores in Minecraft. You know, go for torches, then you upgrade to iron, unless you are psycho, diamonds, and eventually netherite, the rarest one. Basic stuff, that's just normal Minecraft progression. But what if I told you, deep inside Minecraft's files and coding, there is another ore, one that should not exist at all, and somehow someone found it. Under that video, I noticed this comment, someone claiming they have found a special ore, 2 likes. Now obviously, this is probably fake. Stuff like this just doesn't happen, and even if it did, someone would have found it years ago. But for some reason, I got curious. So I checked his YouTube channel, and there was only one video uploaded, and the video... Okay, I know what you're thinking. This is just modern Minecraft, just some custom ore. And yeah, that's what I thought too. I was literally about to leave the most hateful comment imaginable, until I found this. This isn't random gibberish, it's something more. After decoding it, it turned into Google Drive link, and what I found inside was insane. Because this wasn't just about some impossible ore anymore. Hidden inside was an entire story about a corrupted Minecraft server, players spending real money on items that should not exist, glitches and exploits breaking vanilla Minecraft itself, people going missing, and caves that should never have been there. I've seen a lot of weird Minecraft stories before, but this one genuinely creeped me out. And this is it. This is the story. How ore that shouldn't exist was found in Minecraft. And it all started pretty simple. We can see Daniel logging onto this server, and he is not alone. He joined together with his friend Josh, and they instantly started talking about school and homework. The moment I heard the word homework, I got scared myself. So yeah, they are probably pretty young, maybe around 10 years old. They also mentioned that this server is old. And later we actually learn this thing is almost 15 years old, which is insane. So this might be some kind of old anarchy server or something similar to 2B2T. There's barely anyone online though, but then one player walks up to them, a guy named Chunguses. Interesting name. He welcomes them to what he calls a mining civilization. Pretty sure I heard that somewhere before. The spawn itself is weird. It's basically just a cave with this giant factory nearby. There are chests full of wooden pickaxes and what looks like giant cobblestone generators. And from what I understand, that's literally the entire server. You mine cobblestone. That's it. Big gameplay. Daniel starts asking questions about this server, and Chunguses says there are tons of players here, which is strange, because we literally cannot see anybody. He also casually mentions that he breaks around 50 wooden pickaxes a day, just mining cobblestone. That sounds absolutely horrible, but somehow Daniel and Josh are hyped about it. So they go and mine, until eventually Daniel says his mom is calling him and he has to go to sleep. And that's basically the end of the first video. Simple enough, but the second video, that's where things start getting weird. Daniel logs onto the server and sees Josh already online, talking about some cave. Daniel is confused, because what cave? And how did Josh even get up there? Because something I forgot to mention is that in the first video, Daniel couldn't even break or target any blocks besides cobblestone. At least I think so. Then Daniel notices something even stranger. There are random items in his inventory. Items he definitely did not have before he logged off. And so when he climbs up to Josh, yeah, this place is weird. They are standing on some kind of island surrounded by lava. The whole spawn is inside this strange Badlands biome with a giant factory looking build in front of him. It doesn't feel natural at all. I genuinely can't explain it, but something about this place just feels wrong. Anyway, Josh leads Daniel to this deep hole in the ground. It looks like some massive cave, dropping deep underground. Josh believes he can see water down there, but honestly, it's way too dark to tell. But they jump anyway. And just like that, they die. And since this is a hardcore server, that should be the end. No more videos, no more story, done. I couldn't even find the server IP, so it's just over. At least, that's what I thought. Because besides the recordings, there were also notes inside the folder, and at first I ignored them. I thought it was just gonna be some long nonsense nobody cares about, but I was very wrong. Inside those notes was one of the craziest and most twisted stories I have ever read connected to Minecraft. And trust me, this video is about to take a completely different turn. And to understand it all, we need to go back to where this actually started. The original comment I showed at the beginning. Because it turns out someone actually replied to that comment. The reply was weirdly specific, like too specific. That's why I clicked on the channel. And what I found there was exactly what I was hoping for. A whole YouTube channel full of uploaded recordings. More footage from what looks like the same server, same world, same story. And that's where the real stuff begins. So let's watch the first video. Okay, so it turns out this channel belongs to Daniel's older brother. He's playing on Daniel's account because apparently Daniel asked him to mine more cobblestone while he was asleep. Which means this recording actually happened before the second video we watched earlier. So yeah, that's probably how Daniel suddenly had all those random items in his inventory. Mystery solved already, I guess. But Daniel's brother gets suspicious of this place almost instantly. He notices he's not even receiving cobblestone when mining. And even worse, he literally can't break any blocks besides cobblestone at all. That is not normal. He starts looking around more carefully. And from the way he talks, you can already tell he's way older than Daniel. Less excited, more careful. And after exploring for a bit, he realizes something important. This place is not a cave, it's a prison. A prison where players are forced to mine cobblestone forever. Which is honestly one of the most depressing Minecraft server ideas I have ever heard. Then he notices something weird. A giant tower of gravel. But he also realizes he can just mine the gravel one block above to get the actual item. And with enough gravel, he can finally escape. So he builds upwards, and that's when we see the island properly for the first time. Completely surrounded by lava. No bridge, no exits, nothing. Just this giant wasteland biome with some strange factory looking structure in the distance. This whole place feels wrong, like it was generated incorrectly or built for a purpose we don't understand yet. Now obviously, he tries placing gravel into lava. Makes sense, right? Nope. The lava is either insanely deep or there are hidden slabs underneath, stopping blocks from landing. Either way, it doesn't work. And remember, this is hardcore. One wrong move and he's gone forever. So that's when he gets another idea. Just build upwards, onto the mountain nearby. Simple, except there is a build limit. But somehow there are still blocks above the build limit. Yeah, that shouldn't even be possible. At this point, it genuinely feels like the server itself is broken. Like normal Minecraft rules just stop applying here. It looked completely hopeless, like the prison was actually inescapable. And honestly, that would explain why nobody plays on this server anymore. So is it over already? Nope, because I was not prepared for what Daniel's older brother does next. Okay, this guy just pulled off the most insane gravel parkour ninja maneuver I have ever seen in Minecraft. I still don't fully understand how he did that, but somehow he escaped. Actually escaped. After that, he keeps exploring and eventually finds this abandoned factory. He finds wood inside, but besides that, the whole area is empty. Just a massive strange mountains and terrain generation that feels completely unnatural. Then, after wandering around for a bit, he finds a trapdoor. Then a ladder leading underground. And at the bottom, a lectern with a book. If you are reading this, then you either escaped the mining zone or found this place by accident. Both should have been impossible. I was one of the co-owners of the Cobble and Flint company, and yes, the rumors were true. We accepted private payments from players for recovered ore samples. Some ores were normal, others should not have existed at all. This server was completely vanilla, yet no caves ever generated, no ravines, no mansions, only stone. In the last 1 month, things became unstable. 3 workers abandoned their shifts after hearing noises below them. 5 separate reports were filed, but none were ever confirmed. Sector 7 was sealed shortly after. There was only one natural cave ever discovered on this server, and inside it, the ore was found. Remember, we never intended to scam anyone, and we are not responsible for consequences of any kind. Everything valuable has already been mined and sold, but if you still want to see the cave for yourself, the coordinates have not changed. Follow the path. And this is where the creepy stuff really starts. Because the book was written years ago by somebody claiming to be a co-founder of something called the Cobble and Flint company, which already sounds suspicious enough. But according to the book, this server discovered something impossible, something that genuinely shouldn't exist in Minecraft. And honestly, Minecraft already has a tons of weird glitches, especially when old and new versions mix together. Chunk corruption, invalid blocks, that stuff happens. But whatever they found here was apparently so rare that players were paying real money for it, like actual real life payments for Minecraft ores, which is insane. The book also explains something important. This server has no caves at all, meaning ores are ridiculously rare. Armor, diamonds, resources, basically impossible to get normally, except for one cave on the entire server, and apparently the path to it is marked in pink. Daniel's brother follows it almost immediately. And yeah, it really does lead to a cave. The only cave on the entire server. The cave itself is tiny, and whatever ores used to be there are long gone, obviously. But what he does find is another book. I am tired of lies. Everyone I know, even on this stupid game, every player on this server promises something. Riches, unnatural ores. Most of them just want your money. This server is a scam. In the last 1 week, I have heard the same story from multiple different miners. They all mention sounds below. Even there are no caves under us. One liar after another. I don't know what to believe anymore, but if there really is something hidden under this server, I need to find it myself. 9 hours. 9 whole hours after, I have seen something that I should have not. It might be the answer I have been looking for. Proof that this server is a scam. If I find something, you will know about it. And if you are reading this now, then something probably went wrong. Hopefully I am still alive. This one feels different. The person writing it sounds paranoid, almost desperate, talking about lies, scams, trying to uncover the truth, like they got too deep into whatever this server actually is. But the important part, Daniel's brother notices hidden numbers inside the text, and that's when everything changes. Because both books contains random numbers. At first that seems normal, but when you combine them together, they inform coordinates, actual coordinates. And honestly, yeah, that coordinate catch is actually really smart, which means whoever wrote these books wanted somebody to find this place eventually, and that alone is terrifying. As he was heading toward the coordinates, Daniel's friend Josh joined the server again. Now, for some reason, Daniel's older brother was still pretending to be Daniel. He was trying his best, trying to sound younger, trying to fit in. But eventually he says a little too much, and Josh starts getting curious. So he decides to just free him from the prison instead. He builds a bridge across the lava, gets Josh out, and the two finally meet up. Great save! So together they head towards the coordinates. yeah, it's the same cave Josh showed Daniel earlier. The one where they both supposedly died. Or at least that's what I thought. Because before Daniel got banned, we can actually see Josh jumped a second earlier than him, but we never saw a death message in chat. Meaning somehow Josh survived the fall. Daniel didn't, Josh did. Which already makes no sense. Anyway, Sarah tells Josh they should come back another day to explore it properly. And that's the end of the video. So finally we get some answers, but somehow even more questions. Because when we go through the notes Daniel left behind, things get really weird. Daniel writes that Josh never showed up to school the next day. At first that doesn't sound too strange. But later, Daniel goes to Josh's house, asks him to hang out. And his dad says Josh is staying with his mom, so Daniel goes there instead. But then his mom says he is with his dad, which is concerning. But the weirdest part happens later. Daniel texts Josh, asking where he is, and Josh replies saying he is exploring some cave, then completely stops responding. And that's when Daniel realizes Josh might be talking about the cave they found in Minecraft. Now, even though the whole Josh situation is extremely weird, Daniel had to leave for a week to visit his grandparents. So before leaving, he asked his older brother to check the server again, just in case Josh was still online. And that's exactly what he does. So let's watch the second video. Okay, so when the recording starts and his brother logs on, Josh is actually online, still. So he grabs some gravel and escapes the prison again. Before entering the cave, he also grabs some wood and collects a few more supplies he missed earlier. Then eventually, he reaches the cave. And that's when he finally messages Josh. First off, we learn Daniel's brother's real username. It's Satira. He introduces himself and says Daniel asked him to check on Josh. Josh replies saying he is still down there for whatever reason. And without even hesitating, Satira jumps straight into the pitch black hole. After somehow hitting this ridiculous MLG clutch, we can finally see where he landed, an actual cave. Which shouldn't even exist. Remember, according to the books, this server has no caves at all, and yet here we are. We can also see warning signs, which is creepy. Satira then tries talking to Josh again, but Josh doesn't answer anymore. And that's when the story really starts changing. Eventually, he reaches a crossroad. There is a lantern in the middle, giving off this weird dynamic light effect, and two tunnels leading deeper underground, both completely dark. He asks Josh one more time which path he took. So Satira just trusts his instincts and goes left. Not exactly the smartest choice, but what do I know? and then he drops into this insane dripstone cave. What's interesting is there is iron everywhere, which completely contradicts everything from the books. Remember all that there are no ore stuff? Yeah, okay, these people might actually just be scammers. Anyway, Satira keeps exploring deeper. After a while, he finds these strange black blocks he can't mine, and nearby signs that somebody was there before him. Maybe Josh, maybe someone else. I am going deeper. I don't care anymore if the stories are real or if this server is just broken beyond repair. I need to see it myself. Every tunnel feels wrong down here, like the stone was placed instead of generated. Mobstone spawn, server is set to peaceful, yet I keep hearing movement behind the walls. Iron pickaxe is the key. If I don't come back, keep going down. Inside the furnace, he finds another book, and once again, it's written by the same mysterious person, signing their messages with C, the paranoid guy, talking about going deeper, finding the truth, not turning back. Honestly, at first, I thought this guy was just losing his mind, but now I'm starting to think he might have been right. Also, this confirms something important. The first book was written by EW, the co-founder of the company. But these newer books are from someone else entirely, so now we have at least two people connected to this server, which probably means this cave is where all those impossible ores were originally discovered. One line in the book stands out though: iron pickaxe is the key. So Satira upgrades his tools, mines some iron, and tries breaking the black blocks again. Okay, hold on. Recap. What just happened? First, we see some creepy black room with a giant eye. Then glowing eyes appear in the darkness out of nowhere. Then suddenly another drop and another, and now we are here. Some giant green cave filled with crystals, fog, glowing blocks. I genuinely have no clue what this place even is anymore. This stopped feeling like Minecraft a long time ago, and honestly, it's kinda terrifying. But somehow, Satyra doesn't even care. Bro just keeps walking deeper into the cave, like this is completely normal. We really need to talk about this guy, Satyra. Who even is he? Like, this dude is pretty smart. He keeps figuring out hidden clues in the books, solving puzzles instantly. And don't even get me started on those MLG clutches and parkour moves. This guy might actually be the most skilled protagonist I have ever seen. I checked his YouTube channel too. It's full of old PvP montages and sweaty server clips. So yeah, this guy is not messing around. Alright, what is this place? We are looking at this massive dark cave that honestly feels like it was generated sideways. You can tell by these giant jungle trees growing straight out of the walls. It looks wrong, like Minecraft generation had a stroke. In the middle of the cave, there is a single lantern. And when Satyra looks up, we can briefly see something that genuinely looks like a face. I swear I'm not crazy. It's really hard to see, but it's there. Anyway, Satyra also notices a house built into the wall, so he makes his way towards it. If you are reading this, just know this server is not a scam. I have seen it with my own eyes. I still don't understand how any of this is even possible. There has to be some hidden plugin here, or something running behind the server, or I don't know. But it's real. It's crazy. And one more thing, just know, diamond is not enough. If you want to keep going deeper, be careful. Some tunnels are not empty anymore. Okay, this book is really interesting. Once again, it's signed by C. At this point we are just calling him Caleb. So Caleb writes that this server actually isn't a scam, at least not anymore. Apparently he saw something with his own eyes. And honestly, so did Satira already. Those glowing eyes? Yeah, not normal at all. Caleb also warns that the caves are not empty. Yeah, I think we figured that out already. Satira keeps trying to contact Josh, but once again, Josh doesn't respond. Then Satira heads to this gate. And once again, he runs into these strange black blocks. Again, still unbreakable. Last time an iron pickaxe worked, this time, nope. Eventually he notices these 4 weird structures. Each one has a single colored block inside. Then when he looks up, he finally notices it. Clouds, with numbers written in them. So he writes them all down. After a while, he realizes it's an item frame lock puzzle. We can see numbers from 1 to 7, and item frames have 8 possible rotations, meaning all he has to do is rotate each colored item frame the amount of times shown in the clouds. For example, red 7 means 7 red wool rotations. And eventually, the gate unlocks.
I've been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay tonight. Pretty how you work hard for me. We're forgetting how to talk. been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay the night. Pity how you work hard for me, but forgetting how to talk. Now I don't like no holidays. Just go and suss it up. Now it's time to marinate. Right after we're done.
Okay. Time to recap. After opening the gate, Satira ends up inside some kind of maze. Then once again, those glowing eyes appear out of nowhere, forcing him to pull off another insane escape. And after one more dark tunnel, we arrive here. And wow, this place is beautiful. Look at all those diamonds. Oh my god. This might genuinely be the most valuable cave in Minecraft history. There are diamonds everywhere. We can also see these weird tiny houses that honestly look exactly like something I used to build when I was 8 in creative mode. Like, what even is this? But Satira is clearly getting more nervous now. You can tell by his movements. the way he talks now, how slowly he starts walking around. And honestly, I don't blame him. The whole thing is getting really creepy. Eventually he finds this huge diamond building. Inside are dozens of armor stands. And another book. Edward turned around the moment we saw it. It looked like William, same skin, but it was not him. I hid behind the rocks and let the thing pass me. It followed Edward deeper into the cave. I still don't know what happened to him. Maybe I don't want to know. But I can't go back now. Not after seeing that thing with my own eyes. There is something alive down here, and it's protecting something valuable. Okay, now this is huge. Caleb mentions someone named Edward, which I am almost sure is EW, the co-founder from the very first book. And according to Caleb, they encountered something, some kind of monster. Probably the same thing stalking Satyra right now. The way Caleb writes it, it sounds like the creature went after Edward. And honestly, that might explain why Edward disappeared from the server completely. This story is getting terrifying at this point. I'm just glad I'm not the one playing, because I would log off hours ago. But Satyra? Nah. Bro breaks a few diamond blocks and just keeps going. At one point he even talks directly to us, saying he thinks this is probably just Josh messing with him. Sure, Sati, because obviously a 10-year-old kid wrote all these cryptic books, built impossible caves, and summoned demon-eye creatures just to prank you. Makes total sense. You are delusional, bro. Anyway, Satyra reaches another crossroad. This time there are 3 paths. The middle tunnel is fully lit up. Obviously that's the correct path, right? So of course, Satyra goes left again. Why left? Why not right? Eventually he finds another massive drop. And yeah, at this point, we have to be hundreds of blocks below the bedrock, which should literally be impossible. But honestly, nothing makes sense anymore. Satyra tries messaging Josh one more time. This time he basically says, if you don't answer me now, I'm leaving. And surprisingly, Josh actually replies. The conversation is weird though. Josh only answers with simple yes messages, nothing else. No emotion, no explanation, just yes. But apparently that's enough for Satyra, so once again, he just jumps deeper. Dark tunnel. Skulls. Blood everywhere. Yeah, this is definitely not a good sign. But at the end of the tunnel, there is something. An ore. Completely unknown ore. Purple. Bright. Different from anything Minecraft has ever had before. And Satyra slowly walks towards it, then pulls out his pickaxe. Because this might actually be it. The impossible ore, the one created by corrupted versions, glitches, broken world generation, whatever this server really is. The ore people spend real money trying to get. The ore hidden beneath a world that should never have existed in the first place. So Satyra starts mining it. But when he mined it, nothing happened. Because this absolute genius used an iron pickaxe, even though he had diamonds in his inventory. Yeah, not his finest moment. Anyway, after realizing his mistake, Satyra continued deeper. And that's when he found this insane mineshaft. Seriously, look at the size of this thing. Satyra then quickly corrects his earlier mistake and made himself some diamond tools, which reminded me of something. In one of Caleb's books there was a warning: diamond is not enough. I am not sure what that should have meant, but it might mean even the diamond pickaxe would not help him mine that ore. Or maybe Caleb was just losing his mind. Anyway, let's take a closer look at this place. The mine shaft itself is massive, multiple layers, tunnels everywhere, and somehow the cave around it is even bigger. It honestly feels less like a cave and more like some underground city. The strange thing is, it's empty. Obviously, no mobs, right? No wait, is that a cave spider? Okay, this is not supposed to happen. This server is supposed to be set at peaceful, yet somehow cave spiders are spawning down here, and Satyra finds that out the hard way. It really doesn't make any sense. After barely surviving with a water bucket clutch and one heart left, with hunger quickly running out, he follows the big rails deeper into the cave. Eventually, he finds what looks like an abandoned camp, and the thing he really needed: food. And most importantly, in the chest, he finds another book. Something has changed. No, not just something. Everything. Edward is still here. Still playing. Still alive. At least I think he is. I don't know where he went. We never see each other anymore. Sometimes he sends messages in chat, but the way he talks, it doesn't feel like Edward. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I was attacked today. Spiders. Out of nowhere. This server is supposed to be at peaceful. I almost died. Half a heart, that's all I had left. I had to stop and make a small farm just to recover. Good thing I brought seeds. I don't feel safe down here anymore. And lately, I keep hearing things. Alright, it's Caleb again. This time he sounds even more paranoid. He talks about Edward. Apparently Edward survived whatever attacked him. But according to Caleb, it doesn't feel the same anymore. Then Caleb mentions getting attacked by cave spiders, exactly like Satyra just did. At this point, it almost feels like Satyra is following Caleb's footsteps. And considering Caleb is nowhere to be found, that's probably not a good sign. Then something unexpected happens. Josh types in chat. Up until now he barely wanted to communicate at all, but this time he actually sends a message, asking where Satyra is, asking for help. And this is where things start getting really creepy, because according to Daniel's notes, 2 real-life days have already passed. Josh is still missing. His parents don't know where he is. The village has been looking for him. Apparently he has been reported to police. Nobody can find him. And yet, here he is, online, playing Minecraft, typing in chat. I don't know about you, but that is really unsettling. Also, Satyra obviously doesn't know Josh is missing. I can't really tell what days were these videos recorded, but by their length, it's been definitely more than 1 day. After a pretty long journey, Satyra follows the rails, until they suddenly drop off into a massive cave. A cave you definitely do not want to fall into. Satyra, however, just sees it as a parkour challenge. I mean, is he serial? This is hardcore, bro. I know you are skilled and everything, but come on, take this seriously. Eventually, Satyra realizes he needs some blocks to bridge across, so he mines a few nearby. Alright, what just happened? Once again, this eye creature appears out of nowhere, forcing Satyra to run for his life. He starts taking some pretty risky jumps, eventually misses one, and falls all the way down into this. A huge purple crystal cave, covered in strange pipes running through the walls. The entire place has this weird purple atmosphere. It honestly feels like a completely different world. Eventually, Satyra spots a building nearby. Inside, there is a lectern with a book. And honestly, this book is way too boring for me to read. You can pause and read it yourself if you want. From what I understood, it's basically a report about this cave, what they found here, why it was dangerous, lots of paperwork. But the interesting part wasn't the book, it was this. 5 oars sitting on pedestals, almost like a museum display, samples. And on the opposite side, more pedestals, except these ones are empty. On one of them, Satyra finds another book. I found them. I actually found them. 5 special oars. 5. I don't even know what they are. They shouldn't exist, but they are real. I took every single one. If the prices are real too. I think I'm carrying around $300 worth of ores in my inventory right now. That's insane. At first, I thought this whole server was a scam. Now, I'm not sure. There are more. I know there are. Every node points deeper. Every tunnel goes deeper. I still hear things sometimes. Footsteps, mining, voices. But whenever I turn around, nobody's there. I don't care anymore. If there are more ores down there, I'm finding them. I need to go deeper. Now, this book is more my thing. It's written by Caleb again. He's talking about going deeper, but more importantly, apparently these pedestals used to hold special ores. The interesting ores. Caleb obviously took them, and according to him, they are worth over $300. Which is honestly insane if it's true. So by this point, Caleb is becoming completely obsessed. And honestly, I kind of get it. If random Minecraft ores are worth hundreds of dollars, I would probably keep digging too. Satyra continues exploring the cave. Eventually, he finds this, a massive drill. It looks like the cave simply ended here, so someone built this gigantic machine to keep going deeper. But instead of finding more caves, it looks like they hit some kind of strange purple gas. Warning! The gas is spreading faster than expected. Do not enter the pipe network without briefing equipment. The main chamber is hidden beneath the largest gem. If you found this, turn around. The leak is inside the primary pipe. Emergency sealing materials were left below. You will know them when you see them. The gas cannot be contained. Only obsidian seems to stop it. Seal the rupture. Restore the coolant flow. That should stop the spread, at least temporarily. If the path opens, don't make the same mistake with it. Some places were sealed for a reason. Satyra finds yet another book. This one claims the gas is toxic. It mentions some kind of rupture, and strangely, it specifically says not to fix it. Now, maybe it's just me, but that sounds incredibly suspicious. I don't remember toxic gas being a feature in Minecraft when I played, but there is an actual gas mask sitting nearby, so naturally, Satyra puts it on and walks straight into the gas. The gas itself seems impossible to get through, and it looks like there is another cave hidden underneath it. Satyra remembers something from the book, The Biggest Gem. He assumes it's talking about the giant amethyst hanging from the ceiling, so he climbs up to take a look. And there it is. A hidden trapdoor with a ladder leading down. Okay, now we are inside the pipes. Everything is purple. You can barely see anything. Satyra tries placing blocks, doesn't work. Then he notices he can still use water buckets, which seems random at first, until you remember something from the book. Only obsidian can stop the leak, and suddenly it clicks. There are these weird machines, periodically dropping lava. So Satyra starts mixing lava and water together, creating obsidian, and slowly sealing the rupture. After plugging the leak, he climbs back up the surface, looks down, and the gas is gone. Pretty cool, right? Except something about this doesn't sit right with me. Because if you look closely, the gas isn't really coming from below. It's coming from the pipes, which means this wasn't some natural leak. If anything, it looks like the gas was being pumped down there intentionally, almost like somebody wanted to block the path forward. Or maybe I'm just overthinking it. Or maybe someone really didn't want people going deeper. Either way, Satyra drops down and keeps going. At this point, it's obvious. We are really deep, far below Minecraft's bedrock, which should be completely impossible. And somehow, the cave just keeps going deeper and deeper. And eventually... Alright, we are looking at a massive gold ore. And I mean massive. Look at the size of this thing. Satyra has entered some kind of golden cave. There are old mining machines everywhere, broken equipment, piles of gold. It almost feels like this place was built around the ore itself, like someone was desperately trying to get to it. A giant gold ore, way bigger than anything you would ever find in normal Minecraft. Satyra tries to mine it. I mean, who wouldn't? But there is one small problem. The ore is sealed behind unbreakable glass, of course. Nothing on this server is ever that easy. I should have listened to him. I should have turned back. But I wasn't just curious. I wanted the money. The ores are real. The payments are real. And if people are willing to pay this much, then I want it all. After exploring a bit more, Satyra finds yet another book. This one is damaged, once again written by Caleb, which confirms something interesting. Caleb was here too. He followed the exact same path, which is strange, because most of it was supposed to be blocked. Anyway, Caleb keeps talking about finding more of the unnatural ores, which makes sense. At this point he is completely obsessed with them, but near the end of the book, the pages become corrupted. Just unreadable nonsense. Not much information to get from it. So Satyra continues exploring. Eventually finding another tunnel, leading even deeper. This cave feels different. It looks similar to the previous one, but this time everything is red. The walls, the atmosphere, even the lighting, and right in the middle sits a giant red stone ore. Honestly, the whole place feels angry. I don't know how else to describe it. Satyra doesn't seem too impressed though. To him it's just redstone. I mean, yeah, it's just redstone. Then he finds another book. I don't understand these caves anymore. The deeper I go, the bigger everything gets. The ores, the tunnels, even the things hidden in the dark. I keep seeing huge deposits I can't reach. Sometimes I just stand there looking at them. Imagine finding a special ore that size. Imagine what it would be worth. And yep, Caleb again. This time he sounds even more confused, more desperate. And just like before, the last pages are completely disordered. No answers, just more questions. At the end of the cave, there is only one way forward, down again, deeper and deeper. This cave system seriously never ends. At the bottom, Satyra finds another chamber, this one glowing blue, lapis ore in the middle, huge, unbreakable, just like the others. But this cave has something different, a gate, a massive gate blocking the path forward. And in front of it, a sign, enter the name. Besides it sits an anvil and hopper. Enter the name. Simple. Except it makes absolutely no sense. Satyra stands there for a while, thinking. Then he tries the obvious answer. He renames an item to his own name. Throws it in. Nothing. Then he tries naming an item. Name. Honestly, not a bad idea. Still nothing. At this point, he only has a couple levels left, meaning only a few more attempts. So naturally, he tries to find another way. He tries mining through the gate. Unfortunately, he has a pickaxe, right? Well, unfortunately, the blocks are unbreakable. Of course they are. That would have been way too easy. So he starts searching the cave for clues. And eventually, he finds another book. This has to end. Blue. Everything down here is blue. The caves almost feel like an ocean. No matter where I go, I end up deeper. I can't find a way out. I can't go back either. I keep hearing noises. And lately, I don't think I'm alone down here. So in the book, Caleb seems to be stuck here too. No answers, no way forward, just frustration. Honestly, it feels like we have reached the end. Satira spends a long time doing nothing, then thinking, then doing nothing, and then he gets it. He names the item by Josh's username, just like that. He throws it in, and nothing. Nothing happens. Nothing works. It's dead end. It feels like it's really over this time. Of course it's not! He notices something. The books. There were 3 of them, 1 in each cave, and all 3 had something strange in common. The final pages were corrupted. At least, that's what we thought. Because they weren't corrupted at all. If you combine all 3 books together, the missing pieces form an actual message. A message about a mineral called red beryl. Now, if you have never heard of red beryl before, it's one of the rarest gemstones on Earth. And according to Caleb's notes, it was found here, in these caves. Which means it might have been the most valuable ore on the entire server. Maybe that's why people were willing to pay real money. Maybe that's what all of this was about. The caves, the obsession. The deeper you go, the more everything seems to point back to this one ore. And somehow, Satira figures it out. He takes diamond, renames it, throws it into a hopper. And just like that, the gate opens. Alright, behind the gate there is another cave, and honestly, it feels different, like actually different. No giant ores, no strange machines, no colorful glow, nothing, just silence. For the first time since entering these caves, it actually feels peaceful, almost calming, like you have finally reached the end. Like all the danger is behind you. And right in the middle of it all, there is a single black block, just sitting there, completely out of place. Satira slowly walks closer, and then...
Josh listened, just like the others. And now,
Satyra mines the red beryl ore with his diamond pickaxe. And nothing. No drop. Again, Satyra is confused. The last time he mined one of these strange ores, the purple one, the exact same thing happened. Nothing dropped, which is weird. Maybe these ores aren't even real after all. Maybe they are just some visual glitch. I don't know. None of this really makes sense anymore. Regardless, the cave continues. Satyra pushes forward and eventually sees this. This place literally looks like a hell. Lava everywhere, red atmosphere, a giant skull in the middle. The whole cave feels angry, like you are not supposed to be here, like something wants you to leave. But Satyra keeps going. He still has some gear from earlier, including the wind charges and that weird jumpy spear. So naturally, he starts using them to parkour across lava gaps, because apparently that's safer than building a bridge. After a while, he spots something strange. These massive pipes running across the cave walls. Most of them disappear into nothing. Then Satyra spots something. A smoke. Perhaps in another campsite. One of the pipes seems to lead straight there. So Satyra decides to Okay, wait. Can we talk about this for a second? How is he doing this? We have seen him pull off these insane spear jumps multiple times now, flying across giant gaps, launching himself over lava, and somehow surviving every single time. How is this guy so good at the game, but also so unbelievably stupid? Why doesn't he just build a cross with blocks? Why doesn't he just make safe path with water? The man genuinely does not care if he lives or dies. Satyra somehow makes it across and reaches the campsite. And yes, someone was here before. In the middle of the camp, there is a single flower. A golden dandelion. Completely out of place. It doesn't belong here. It almost feels like somebody planted it on purpose. Like it means something. Satyra also finds another book. So it was real after all. I spent weeks chasing stories and old rumors, and somehow this ore was the only thing that wasn't a lie. Nobody talks about its value. Nobody knows. Maybe they don't want people looking for it. This ore feels different, not just rare, wrong. like it shouldn't exist at all. I tried mining it, nothing, but I found another note, a rumor. They say only a netherite can mine the red beryl. I don't know how much deeper these caves go, maybe the answer is below. Either way, I'm not turning back now. And yeah, it's once again written by our good friend Caleb. This time, Caleb finally gives us an answer. Apparently, a red beryl requires a netherite pickaxe, not diamond, netherite, which would explain why Satyra couldn't mine it. Caleb also writes that he's still going deeper, still chasing the ore, still refusing to turn back. At this point, I'm starting to think the caves aren't the dangerous thing down here, it's the obsession. So now, Satyra needs ancient debris. The problem is, we haven't seen any. Not a single piece. And of course, ancient debris is supposed to generate only in nether, not in some cave beneath a bedrock. Although, if you paid attention earlier, there was literally one sitting at the entrance of this cave, like some kind of welcome gift. Of course, Satyra completely missed it. Wait, what is he? Are you serious? He actually used the golden dandelion, the weird flower Caleb probably left behind for a reason, and turned it into a yellow dye just to color his helmet. Amazing, that's absolutely amazing. Well, hopefully that wasn't important. Anyway, Satyra needs ancient debris if he wants any chance of mining a red beryl, and according to Caleb, nobody even knows how valuable red beryl really is, which somehow makes it even more tempting. So wait, is that ancient debris? Well, that was a lot easier than I expected. Right. Wait, what just happened? First of all, it was a trap. Once again, that strange dark creature appears, blocking the path. But before it can do anything, Satyra immediately runs. No question, no hesitation, just gone. The man starts pulling off these insane jumps, flying across the cave like his life depends on it. Which, to be fair, it probably does. Eventually he reaches the end, and the ore again, the same one. But before he can really do anything, he falls, straight through the floor, and lands here. This place looks different, almost industrial, like some kind of underground factory, maybe even where these strange ores were originally found or harvested. Satyra starts exploring. There are buildings everywhere, storage houses, old machinery, and at the very end, a massive building. Right in front of it sits a strange black circle. The deeper we go, the less natural these places feel. Satyra eventually finds ancient debris. Huge find. The problem is, he needs 4 of them just to make a single netherite ingot. And he has only 1. After a while, he notices something else. A giant black box. And in front of it, a lectern. Inside the box, there are some strange ores. Five stones, 5 choices. The miners argued for years about which came first. Most of them were wrong. The ones who understood the path below were allowed to continue. Okay, here we are. This is clearly a puzzle. At first it looks completely random, but I'm guessing the clues connect together somehow, like there is a hidden order, a combination, something we are supposed to figure out. So Satyra starts working on it. At the same time, he messages Josh again. Almost forgot about him. As always, no response. Which is becoming more and more concerning. Because what is Josh even doing at this point? He's still online, still somewhere on this server, even though he is missing. Nowhere near his house. Nobody can find him. I really don't know what is happening. Satyra seems completely stuck. This puzzle is not going anywhere anytime soon, so while he's busy trying to figure it out, I want to show you something else. Yep, that's Daniel, the same Daniel who started this entire story. The footage from the first video was recorded by him, and before you ask, yes, he died. This is a hardcore server, but it turns out Daniel has a second account. And after coming back from his grandparents' house, he logged in again. He is already inside the caves, trying to find Satyra. Yeah, what's strange is the caves don't seem exactly the same anymore. Some places look different, some things are missing, some things are new. It's hard to explain it, but something feels off. Daniel keeps moving deeper, following the same path Satyra already explored. Most of it isn't that interesting, places we have already seen before. But there is one thing Daniel finds that Satyra completely missed. Skinwalker. Something is living beneath these caves. It wears faces. It copies voices. Sometimes I hear walkers calling my name from empty tunnels. Sometimes I see people who should not be here. People who are already gone. The others don't believe me. Maybe that's for the best. I call it the Skinwalker. The creature only seems interested in those who wander off alone. One by one, they disappear. No bodies, no sign of struggle, just gone. I don't know what it wants, but I know one thing. Every time it takes someone, it gets better at pretending. Alright, back to Satira. It looks like he finally solved the puzzle. And that black circle in the floor? Yeah, it's gone. Looks like there is a path leading even deeper. Alrighty. Satira enters another cave, and honestly, this one feels normal. At least compared to everything we have seen so far. Well, of course, except for these giant bones along the walls. Whatever they belong to, I don't think I wanna know. Wait, did you see that? No, seriously, go back for a second. Right there, this frame. There is something hidden in it. I completely missed it the first time too. I will give you a second. Nothing? Oh, alright, let's zoom in a little. A little more. A little more. More. Wait, here, hold on. Is that? No way. Is that a subscribe button? Okay, I need to be real with you guys for a second. Only 5.9% of you are actually subscribed. 5.9! I genuinely didn't even know numbers could go that low. Like, what are you even doing here? Subscribe, goddammit! Satira keeps moving forward, and then he finds this. Okay, that is a little creepy. We are looking at some kind of massive skeleton, absolutely huge, just sitting there in darkness. And next to it, Satira notices a small campsite, a bed, a chest. And inside the chest, besides a single snowball, there is another book. I saw it again. For a moment, I thought I lost it. I thought I was finally alone, but every time I stop moving, it finds me. There is something down here, watching, waiting, like it's protecting this place, protecting the caves. I should leave, I know I should, but every time I think about turning back, I remember how much it's worth, how close I am. Just one more cave, One more ore. That's all. Then I'm leaving. Yep, another one from Caleb. This time he's writing about the creature again. How it's still following him, still hunting him, but somehow he doesn't care. He's completely obsessed. The ores, the money, whatever is hidden deeper down, that's all he talks about anymore. Satira then notices this strange black block sitting in the middle of the path. Almost like another barrier, another gate, another warning. Oh my god, what just happened? That was a trap, a giant void pit opened beneath him, and Satira almost fell into the void. Thankfully he reacted just in time. That's actually insane. After wandering around for a bit, something completely unexpected happens. And here he is. Daniel! He finally found his brother. Honestly, it didn't even take him that long. Satira looks genuinely surprised to see him, confused as well. At this point, it feels like he completely lost their track of time. The conversation between them gets pretty interesting, so I will just let you read it yourself. Okay, we need to talk about what just happened. Daniel finally finds Satira. They talk. Everything seems normal. And then the monster appears. Honestly, at this point, we can probably just call it the Skinwalker. It looks like it's about to attack Daniel, so what does Satira do? He basically sacrifices his own brother, drops him straight into the void trap, and runs. Again, somehow he manages to escape, outruns the Skinwalker, and eventually ends up here. Some kind of abandoned underground city. Empty buildings, no lights, no sound, just darkness and silence. While exploring, Satira finds another piece of ancient debris. A huge find. He's getting closer to crafting the netherite pickaxe. He needs to mine the red beryl, or whatever that ore really is. The problem, he still doesn't have enough, so once again, he needs to go deeper.
I've been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay the night. Pretty how you work hard for me. We're forgetting how to talk. Nah, I don't like no humble beats. Just go and suss it up. Now it's time to marry me. And right after we're done, I like it when you're looking like that. I like it when you chat. I like it when you're looking like that. Oh, shy, just fine, don't mind my reactions. I like it when you look like that. Don't wanna watch a bugger with a white mouth. Just like it when you're looking like that. No sweets, no rush, can't my attraction. Don't think twice, I'm here for a moment. No, I like him better. I got a church place somewhere and I'll make it last forever. I've been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay the night. Pretty how you work hard for me. Why forgetting how to talk? Now I don't like no humble beats. Just go and suss it up. Now it's time to bury me. And right after we're done, I've been giving you the worst of me. Give me a second, let me do it. I know we can agree. I'm off the leash. Go down on your knees. We got PhD. I'm all that you need. Just give me those. I've been giving you the worst of me. Now you wanna stay the night. Pretty how you work hard for me. But forgetting how to talk. Now I don't like no humble beach. Just go and suss it up. Now it's time to marinate. And right after we're done,
After making his way through an underwater cave maze, Satira reaches another room, and it's blocked. Dead end. Once again, the same black blocks are covering the path forward. Looks like some kind of sealed gate. In front of it sits a lectern holding a book. Inside the book, just one word: price. That's it. No explanation, no clues, nothing. Alright, another puzzle. Of course it is. But this one is different. We have almost nothing to work with, just a hopper and the word price. Satyra stands there for a while, thinking. Then he tries something obvious, throws an item into the hopper. Waits, nothing. The price. Maybe it wants something valuable, something important. So he throws in the book about the red barrel. Nothing. Then he sacrifices his mace, literally the strongest weapon in Minecraft. Still nothing. One by one, he starts throwing in more items, his gear, his tools, anything he has left. Whatever the price is, it clearly wants something special. Eventually, Satya throws in everything. Every single item. His entire inventory. He's left with absolutely nothing. And then it works. The gate opens. This place feels important. Lava everywhere, heat, smoke. The entire room looks like a hell itself. In the center stands a massive circular platform, and from there we can see something interesting. Far in the distance, an entire wall of red beryl ore. Not one block, not two, a whole vein. On another side, there's a ladder, which is strange. First ladder we have seen leading upward. Maybe an actual exit from this place. On the opposite side, a huge pile of ancient debris, more than enough to make a netherite pickaxe. After looking around for a bit, nothing happens, so Satira heads toward the ancient debris. And yeah, there's a lot of it. Only one problem. Satyra gave away all of his items, including his pickaxe, so now he can do absolutely nothing. Nothing other than stare at it. After a while, everything goes black. And then, for the first time in what feels like forever, we see Josh standing there.
Mistake, a survivor, a monster. Call me whatever helps you sleep at night. You should have turned back when you had the chance. You have made it far, but in the end, you are just like the rest of them, always wanting more. You followed the trail, exactly where I wanted it to lead.
Satyra reunites with Daniel, the two finally leave the caves behind. The ores, the puzzles, the stories, everything hidden beneath the world. For the first time in a long while, they are going up, not deeper, up. This is the last video I could find on Satyra's channel. No more uploads, no more messages, nothing. Maybe that's the end. Or maybe some things are better left buried.